All right, everyone. Welcome to Butterworthy, aka Jamie Butterworth. I am your host. We are here also with Mr. Red Fox and GVGINU, aka Mr. Letters. Um, but we're here to talk about the Nintendo financial meeting they had this week with their investors, because there was quite a bit of news that leaked out. So we're kind of gonna jump from topic to topic, and the one we'll throw here first to everybody is what do you guys think of the Nintendo DS games on Wii U Virtual Console?
Can I take the first crack?
Go right ahead.
Okay. Personally, I think it's a good idea. I mean, granted, I would have preferred Nintendo go ahead and make the 3DS player. I've said it so many times on my channel. I think people have probably watched it and got irritated.
Uh-oh. I think he dropped out.
Oh, snap. Snap, snap, snap. I thought maybe he was, jeez.
I don't know. Audio just cut. Well.
Well, can I
We'll
jump
get back
in?
to him. Yeah, go right ahead. We'll get back to him.
Well, I think that this is a great idea. The DS
There are a
had
lot of people.
Oh, there you go.
There you go.
Sorry. No, there are a lot of people who would pick up a Wii U to play their 3DS games.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, that's an interesting point. It's hard to say.
I gotta disagree with you on that one.
Yeah, go right ahead.
I gotta disagree that people are gonna pick up a Wii U to play DS games because.
Well, he was talking about 3DS.
Well,
like if there was a 3DS player.
3DS. Well, I mean, I don't know. Like I have the original DS. Okay, like I was an early adopter of the DS because I've always been one of those early adopters of Nintendo products because they're one of the few companies that don't have red rings of death and blue lights of system freezing and stuff like that. So, I mean, I don't have to worry about it being horrifically messed up. But the thing is like the only people I see really getting a 3DS, like getting a Wii U for the 3DS games would be, I don't know, like, I mean, maybe the people who have the original and don't want to trade up to the 3DS XL. I don't know.
Sorry, my network knocked me out.
It's alright.
I mean, I just don't see someone buying a like spending what the Wii is now $290. The Wii U is now $299 when they can get a XL with well, I mean, not as big a screen as say maybe the Wii U gamepad, but I mean, pretty nice. And I don't know. I don't know. But it would drastically increase the Wii U library if they did that.
Well, this is definitely true. I mean, I would be interested in a 3DS player. I don't think the average person would necessarily buy 3DS would buy a Wii U to play 3DS games on their TV because I mean, then you're looking at a resolution issue going from that such small screen to a larger screen. I like having my 3DS portable as it is. I mean, I'm glad to see DS games on the Wii U because I mean, there were a lot that I missed. Even though I did have a DS for a long time and played a lot of games. I mean, if they launch their DS on the Wii U on the Virtual Console with a Pokemon game, and something else also. I mean, that's the way to kick it off right there.
Well, I'll be frank with you. The DS had one of the best libraries. Oh, GVG. Okay, he's back. The DS had one of the best libraries of like second only to the Super Nintendo, really. I mean, it had everything. It had sports games. It had RPGs. It had quirky titles. It had, casual titles, hardcore titles. The DS had games for everyone. I mean, literally everyone. It didn't matter. Whoever it was, it had games for it.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. I never actually played any of the Zelda games on DS, but I've heard good things about those.
The Zelda DS games weren't. See, the thing is like they wanted to use the stylus. But the thing is like Zelda, I mean, it's the reason why Zelda Skyward Sword, no matter how much people loved it, really didn't sell as much as it could have, because they wanted to showcase the motion control. And on the DS, they wanted to showcase the stylus. But Zelda isn't, I mean, you shouldn't have to use a stylus or motion control to play a Zelda game. It should just be you, the controller, and the TV.
Yeah, I would agree with that. You have anything to add there, GVGINU? No, yes?
GVGINU? Are you available, sir?
Network issues and/or children, it sounds like. Alright, so we're going to move on to the next one.
Okay.
We'll get back to him.
Okay, cool.
Alright, so we're going to go to the next one. Let's speculate on what Nintendo's quality of life processes could possibly mean with their where they're looking to go in 2015. Like, do you think that'll be like a new system dedicated specifically to fitness, something maybe like $100 system that has built-in Wii Fit U, or not Wii Fit U, built-in Wii Fit stuff? Do you think it would interact with their current hardware at all? What do you think?
I think it's all of the above. I think that they might come up with something that literally, like, you put on your in your house, and you wear and it basically tells you how much, like, you step out the door, and it tells you how much you weigh when you step out the door. And let's say you have a really active day, it tells you how much weight, it compares how much weight you lost that day, like how many calories, it guesstimates how much you burned, and then they come out with a game, like a Wii Fit style game that actually connects with that, kind of like how Wii Fit does now. I mean, I think Nintendo could do it. I think this is the reason why in one of my videos I said that I never try to guess what Nintendo's going to do, because I mean, they're like crazy. You don't know what they're going to do. I mean, if someone had told me 2 generations ago that Nintendo would get into motion control with a Wiimote, I would have slapped them in the face and said they were lying. So, I mean, I'm like, no, it's going to be a console with a normal controller. So, I mean, I just don't speculate on Nintendo. Sony and Microsoft, I mean, I could speculate on. Nintendo, I don't know what they're going to do. All I know is that I'm probably going to buy it and probably going to enjoy the hell out of it. So.
Exactly. I mean, I think that's the exact point right there. I mean, who knows what they're going to do? But I mean, if anybody can pull it off, it's going to be Nintendo. I mean, if anybody's going to try and go toe-to-toe with someone with like Nike and Reebok and these places that are already doing all this fitness stuff, I mean, if anybody can pull it off, Nintendo can somehow pull it off. I don't know how, but, that's like their job.
Yeah. I mean, that's just what I'm saying. I mean, Nintendo is, I mean, I really do not I don't try to guesstimate what they do, because, I mean, I don't know what they're going to do. Like, if you had told me that they would have made a dual screen, after years of the Game Boy, I mean, and the handheld market is the market that Nintendo built. They built it. It's theirs. I don't know why Sony keeps on, well, we've got the Vita. No, you don't. We've got the PSP. They sent me a thing recently. Well, we'll give you $100 in free PSN for a year if you get our phone. Like, I've got a 3DS. What do I need with your phone?
No, just no. No, I'm gonna stick with Samsung on that one. Thanks.
Yeah, they are a ripoff. I was telling a friend of mine. I was like, why would I pay $500, $600, like a 33% markup at the least for the Sony name? Because that's what you're paying for. Because it does the same things as other TVs that are cheaper, but it's got Sony's name on it.
Exactly. I sold television for a couple of years recently, and I never recommended Sony to people. Not because I didn't like Sony, but because their products were just more expensive than their competitors who did the same thing. There's no reason for that.
I mean, we're getting a new television for our Super Bowl party we're having tomorrow at the place, my business, And like I went to, I want to say, like I almost said Circuit City. I went to some new place, forget the name of it, and Best Buy, and they kept on showing me Sony TVs, and I'm like, why are you showing me Sony TVs? I can clearly get an LG or a Vizio or even a Samsung or a Philips or anybody but Sony for cheaper. For the same size, same thing, same smart TV, cheaper. Why would I pay that much?
Exactly.
I mean, do I look stupid to you? You know.
I mean, it'd be one thing if it actually offered something different, but it really doesn't. Especially when you've got Vizio now produces more television in this country than anybody else. I mean, there's no point for Sony to have the prices they do, and that's kind of why they're on the brink of bankruptcy. But that's a discussion for another time.
No, and no one will admit it. Everyone's like, Sony's fine. I'm like, yeah, okay, yeah.
Sure thing, guy. All right. So, anything to add to that, GVG? Are you there?
He's if you open the chat, he said.
Oh well, that's my problem with the chat open. Okay. Well, we'll move on then. All right. So the next big announcement they had is their plans to involve other companies more in their IPs to produce more games for their systems. What would you like to see, maybe from their history, what would you like to see as far as which company gets what game, and what would be your ideal as far as what we see from Nintendo every year as far as quantity is concerned?
Well, I'll be frank with you. I don't think a third party is going to get Zelda, Mario, Metroid, or Star Fox. I don't think. Well, maybe Star Fox, but the other three, like the main pillars, the main pantheon of, or like not Kirby or something like that. But I think we could see some of those stable of seconds and third stringers that Nintendo, like people keep on saying, I want Star Tropics, I want another arcade style sports game from Nintendo. I think this would be ripe for Nintendo to make. I mean, I think. Wouldn't it be awesome to have a football game, like an arcade-style football game with the Nintendo characters?
I don't know. That would be interesting.
I mean, think about it. I mean, it wouldn't be like Madden or anything, but I mean, like you could have like different characters. You could build a team with different special abilities and stuff, and. You know, like Mario could be the quarterback. His special attack, he throws the ball, it lights on fire. So if someone intercepts it, they burst into flames. You know, they get lit on fire.
Right, but I mean, who would produce that though? What company do you think could pull it off?
Oh, jeez, Activision. Activision used to make sports games, if I remember correctly. Didn't they used to?
I mean, ever since EA has been bogarting the NFL license, I don't know if anyone really.
Yeah, but it doesn't.
NFL
license, that's the teams. But if you do Mario characters, you don't have to use the. It doesn't have to be the teams. It can be like the Mushroom Kingdom Marauders, or
Well, if they did it in a style similar to something like Mutant League, where everything's over the top and just crazy and wacky, maybe in the same vein as like a Mario Strikers, I can see that.
That's what I'm thinking.
But I mean, at the same time, to go back on your point, I don't think. I mean, I think that even their main franchises are up and possible for being mad by different companies. Like Metroid Other M was done by Team Ninja. People debate about quality, but
that is, oh god. See, the thing is
yes.
Sorry, the thing is that I remember the third party editions. Like I remember like playing Oracle of Ages and Oracle of Seasons. Even though they looked almost exactly to Link's Awakening, just the feel, it's like you could tell this was not made by the mainline Nintendo team. Like you could tell. I mean, there are certain games that like I really don't trust with third parties, but for stuff that we haven't seen in a long time, or it's so far removed from anything that we've seen in like in recent time where like if someone did a new fresh take to it, like no one's gonna be like, oh, nostalgia and purists. It'd be perfect. Like no one's seen a Star Fox since, well, the 3DS's, but that was like a remake. So I mean that was a remake of a older game. But I mean we haven't seen like a mainline console Star Fox.
That's true. We haven't seen one in quite a while.
Although, I mean, I hate to say this, but, I mean, I always liked Star Fox on the SNES more than the other ones that they have come out with. I know a lot of people love Star Fox 64. I thought Star Fox 64 wasn't as good as those, but that's my own personal opinion. Because wasn't Star Fox supposed to be like a rip-off of a riff of Star Wars, right?
I mean, I could see that, definitely. It would make sense. I mean, who just says, you know, let's put animals in spaceships and have them shoot each other in space?
No, but like the idea, like there's a level in Star Fox where you're fighting a huge armada and shooting down ships, and then ultimately you have to go inside of a huge battle station and shoot the core and then fly out. I mean, that sounds a little familiar to me. You know, or you're inside of an asteroid field and you have to, I mean, it's so, but I mean, that's what I liked about the original Star Fox. Plus the music was epic as all get up. So, but that's just me. I could be wrong.
No, I agree with you. I mean, it would be nice to see another Star Fox, especially on Wii U, especially developed by Platinum Games, if that were to ever happen.
Well, it has the type of gameplay that.
But we'll have to wait and see on that one.
I think Kamiya could do it. I think if Bayonetta sells well enough, I think they'll give it to Kamiya.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm eager to see how Bayonetta sells because I was disappointed in Wonderful 101 sales. I mean, everyone needs to own that game. Bayonetta 2 needs to do a bit more though, so I mean, I'm eager to see how that sells.
Yeah, there's a troll on my channel who keeps on popping up and saying that you know, like he recently said that like the Wii U is too casual. I'm like, have you played Wonderful 101? There is nothing casual about that game. And anyone who says Super Mario 3D World is casual, go play Champion Road. Yeah, that's so very casual. I played that half asleep with one hand tied behind my back. It was so easy. And look, I've been playing Mario games for years, and Champion Road was kicking my butt. I lost like 50 lives playing that. Now, I said in my review of Mario 3D World that sometimes I'd just be like, oh, I missed the green star, and it would be a spot where I couldn't go back, and I'm like, I'm just going to commit suicide and then start the level all over again. But, I mean, I hate when people say that. They're like, Nintendo games are kiddie. Really? I mean,
oh, I'm sorry. You know I just play Nintendo games, so everything I play is kiddie. Yet when I play The Last of Us, I beat it on the hardest difficulty without breaking a sweat. Yeah. And I'm playing through BioShock Infinite right now. It's just point and pull the trigger and just move to the next zone of the game where you get hit with the freaking tutorial every time you load it up.
I swear Ken Levine stole the playstyle of BioShock Infinite and in the original BioShock from Metroid Prime. He did. He stole them from Metroid Prime, except it's not nearly as well done as Metroid Prime is. And I know some people who love BioShock are gonna lie to me, are gonna get angry at me, but I mean, you play BioShock. It's a very simplified shooting mechanic. It's not like a Call of Duty or a Halo or a Battlefield or something like that. But I mean, it's like Metroid Prime in that regard, that it's not like a hardcore shooter. But I mean, Metroid Prime added the scanning where you learn lore and stuff by scanning things and putting together. You as the player, you're like, I wonder what happened here. Like I remember playing the original Metroid 3, and you scan these pirates, and it's like, what killed this guy? So this dude's body was drained of all life energy. I'm like, oh crap, Metroids. Why does it have to be Metroid? All the time, Metroids. I hate those things.
Oh man, I haven't played Metroid Prime in a long time. Even though I got the trilogy recently, I have yet to touch it. So I wanted to dig into that, especially after Bioshock.
It's worthwhile. It's Bioshock is great. I love the first one. Infinite, I got the PSN free one, and it was okay. I guess okay. It was okay. That's buckwheat from. It was okay. I mean, the thing is like, you know, everyone. I mean, I like the original Bioshock. It was atmospheric. It was dark. It was gritty, and the twist was like, oh shoot, wow, I didn't see that one coming. But it's like every Bioshock after the first one, they're trying to do the twist. The second one wasn't even made by them. It was made by another team. And then the third one, Bioshock Infinite, like they were like, okay, we got to do another twist. I know, we're going to do a twist that makes no sense whatsoever at all. I mean, really, like it's like a soap opera, but off the rails.
Man, yeah, I'm gonna have to wait. Like, I think at this point I'm supposed to have seen the twist, but there's nothing twist-ish to me.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like they got M. Night Shyamalan to work on the script. It's like, well, okay, I kind of saw that coming.
Okay,
but,
it's not that bad.
Okay, you're right. It's not that bad. It's not that bad.
The trees are killing us. Really?
Man.
Really?
I remember I was so excited to see After Earth, and I was talking to my friend about it, and he's like, you know, M. Night Shyamalan directed that, right? And I'm like, okay, well, I'm not going to watch it anymore. I have no interest in this movie.
It ruined your whole day, didn't it?
It did. It so did.
It's kind of like when someone told me that the new RoboCop's going to be rated PG-13. I was like, this movie's going to suck.
I know, but I mean, the guy playing RoboCop, though, he's such a good actor, though.
He may be a good actor, but how good of a RoboCop movie can you make if it's not rated R?
This is true.
I mean, the original RoboCop shot a rapist in the crotch. I mean, can the new dude top that? I think not.
No.
And he beat up Red Foreman. he beat up Red Foreman. So, you know, I mean, it would have been funny in that movie. It'd been like, you know what, RoboCop, you're a dumbass. Like he does in that '70s show, but alas, we couldn't see that far in the future.
Nope, not at all. Alright, so we should move on. Now, I know there was one more announcement, which I'm trying to rack my brain for at the moment, that they made. Alright, so we had the DS games and the Virtual Console. We had the other parties coming in doing more Nintendo IPs. We had the quality of life thing. Oh yes, their pledge that they were going to utilize the gamepad more in the future, because so many people have been saying they just need to drop the gamepad and, you know, release and just focus on the system itself and putting out better quality games to compete with PS4 and Xbox One. And I've always been saying, you know, if you drop the gamepad, that's going to be a death sentence for the system.
That's like the one thing that they have that makes them different from the other two.
Exactly. You need to utilize it, not marginalize it.
And that's what Iwata's going to do. So, I mean...
Exactly. So,
I mean, he's... Like, basically, people who keep on talking junk about Nintendo... They're like, drop the gamepad, drop the gamepad. Okay, the Wii U without the gamepad is just a stronger than the 360 and PS3, weaker than the Xbox One and the PS4 system with a Pro Controller. I mean, there's nothing really that you can play Nintendo exclusives on.
It's like a peanut butter sandwich. Where's the jelly?
Exactly. I mean, what's different? What's new? I don't get it. I really don't get it. I don't know. I don't get it.
Nope, not at all. But I'm glad to see that they realize that they're not doing a whole lot with it. They need to really focus on that, because I mean, when you play certain games that really utilize it, I mean, I'm gonna call back here to Black Ops 2, which actually did a lot with the gamepad. Deus Ex Human Revolution does a lot with the gamepad.
Wonderful 101.
Wonderful 101, of course. I mean, and even with the Wind Waker HD remake, I mean, the gamepad features with that game make that game so streamlined. Like, I don't want to play another Zelda like that. I mean,
those selfies you can do with the Wii U gamepad.
I mean, not even that.
But so sick.
I don't know, like, in previous Zeldas, 3D Zeldas at least, you would have to pause the game, go and select what you needed to use, and then unpause it. And they completely eliminated that thanks to the gamepad.
Yes, it did.
I think that's what every Zelda needs to have from now on. I mean,
on the Wii U it should.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
That seamless kind of... I mean, like, I'm telling you, if they take everything they learned from Zelda Wii U... Wind Waker HD remake, and from the new Zelda on the 3DS, Link Between Worlds. If they put that to good use, the next Zelda, the mainline Zelda on the Wii U is going to be a beast.
Oh yeah, I completely agree with that. Completely agree. So I'm definitely eager to see what exactly they're going to do. I want to see them really utilize the gamepad. It's just I think it's the most important thing they need to do with the system. Put out good games, show people why the gamepad's worth it.
I mean, that's the only thing they can do at this point. I mean, people keep on saying Nintendo needs to do X, Y, and Z. Look, listen. I understand that things aren't in the best shape right now, but I mean, let's be frank. This is the second year that Nintendo is posting a loss for the whole year. I mean, they could be like Sony that has lost money straight for like 9 years, or Microsoft that the Xbox division has never been profitable.
This is true.
So, I mean, boo-hoo, 2 years. And it wasn't even $1 billion over 2 years. It's like 300, they're projecting a $300 million dollar loss this year, and like last year they had like 17 million, was it something like that? I forget. I got the numbers because they do yen first and then they convert it, and that's kind of difficult because yen is a completely different animal than dollars.
This is very true. Very true. I don't know, but I mean, Nintendo, I mean, this year they had an operating loss, but I mean, they were still in the black overall.
Yeah.
I think last year they were actually in the red, but that was thanks to the Wii U launch.
Yeah.
But I think they're going to be fine from here on out. They've really got to do more with the Wii U, and I think they're focusing on that, and they recognize that, which is good for us. But I don't know. I mean, I'm eager to see what they're going to do this year. I think it's going to be the year of Nintendo.
Well, I mean, what people don't seem to realize is that I've been hearing people say they're losing third-party support. They're losing third-party support. Listen, I've been with Nintendo a long time. They never had third-party support. In the N64 generation, it was sparse. It was just, I mean, a few multi-plats, mostly second-party and first-party exclusives. The GameCube, a few multi-plats, mostly second-party and third-party exclusives. I mean, this is par for the course. It feels like I'm back home again. It's like, I'm slipping into a comfortable suit that I've worn many times, and everything's just stretched the perfect way. I mean, I don't know why people think this is something new or extraordinary. I mean, what were you expecting? Like, if you were expecting Nintendo to get third-party support on par or equal to what you see for the PS4 for Sony and Microsoft, you have a hole in your head, okay?
Yep.
Because that's not going to happen. Because Sony and Microsoft money hat, okay? Microsoft and Sony have lost huge amounts of money hatting. If people think a new IP such as Titanfall is going to be this big, huge success because it's only on PC, Xbox 360, and Xbox One, you're out of your mind. It's not when people have Call of Duty and Battlefield.
Exactly, and I think it goes a little bit further where, Nintendo doesn't let third parties have their own way, whereas Microsoft and Sony completely cater to them.
Yeah.
And that's why Microsoft and Sony, are in financial hard spot.
I mean, that's why we got Skyrim broken for like a year.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I had Skyrim on my PS3, and I played it, I beat it, I beat it, and then when the final patch came out for that game, I basically made my character ultimate by re-leveling everything up to like possibly high levels. But I mean, the game was still broken, and Bethesda's like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna charge you for DLC. Yeah, you know, we don't have to fix that. Oh, you own the PS3 version? Oh, I'm gonna wait until the end of time to actually, you know, patch it so that it actually works."
Yep. Nope. Patch. Tired of it. I am honestly just tired of it. Tired of patching. Tired of constant DLC. Tired of microtransactions. Sick of it.
No, I mean, the thing is like they don't give us DLC for games that really the game should have came complete. Then for games that you want DLC, they don't give us the DLC for. Like, I'm a huge Marvel fan. I love Marvel. I love Marvel games. I love all that stuff. Lego Marvel. I wanted the downloadable characters. I would have spent money for the downloadable costume skins because I'm that type of person. Did I get a chance to do that? No. I supported the console I wanted. I got it on the Wii U because I like the gamepad. And do I get a chance to give them my money? No.
No. I mean, there's the occasional DLC, which I think definitely is worth it. Like, especially the DLC where you have to release a cinematic trailer for it because it is that big. Like the upcoming DLC for what is it, Last of Us, the new DLC for BioShock Infinite. I mean, those are DLC that we could use more of, or just
but those are more expansion packs than DLC.
That's true.
Like I remember when what was the name of that god awful Mass Effect 3 came out.
Yep.
And I remember that they had the Prothean DLC, and you knew that stuff should have been in the game. Day one.
Exactly.
That should have been, or it should have been a free download for people. It's like, oh, I'm sorry, something happened here. It's free for you guys. They charged people for it. I'm like, you dirty bastards.
Jeez.
Oh God, that's why I'm not too excited about Mass Effect 4. I know that's the tentative title. It's probably going to be called something else. I'm not excited about it because, you know, EA basically takes good studios and runs them into the ground, and then once they've, you know, extracted all the joy and talent out of it, they destroy the studio and cast it aside.
Yep. Well, I think probably on that note, since we've hit on all the major topics, unless you have something else, we should probably call it a day.
All right. I'm glad we were able to do this.
All right. I'd say go ahead and pimp your channel out.
Okay,
and
then.
We'll sign out that way.
All right. This is Mr. Red Fox, formerly Mr. El Zorro Rojo, which is translated as Mr. Red Fox, so that's why I got the name. So you guys, if you want to hear the perspective of a longtime Nintendo fan, but also just an avid gamer in general, come to my channel.
Yep, good stuff. Sad to see that GVG had to drop out midway, but you know, everybody go check his channel out. He's also a member of the Gamers at Large podcast. And I am, as always, Jamie Butterworth, and I'll catch you guys next time. See ya.